Hello, good day to everyone, and welcome back again to another section. And take you on the journey of programming. We would like to teach you on how you can program each of our tools. So today, our major focus will be on how you can program your text box. Now, first of all, our text box basically help us to receive data from our keyboard or command button, and doing this in Visual Basic, it has a way you need to type in your codes. Okay, and the basic thing first of all is to know how you can select these tools and draw it on our workspace. So right here on the right side of the screen, you can see where the cursor is, and below it popped out a message text box. So we just need to click on it and come to the center of the screen and drop it there. Okay, now this is basically how you can insert your text box. The next thing we're going to look at is how can we code it to work in such a way. You can code it to receive strings, you can code it to receive integer, and you can code it to do different things depending on the kind of data you want to receive it. So first of all, we will need to code it first to receive data from the keyboard. Now the data can be alphanumeric, it can be numbers, it can be alphabet, it can be combination. So all you need to do is just to double click on the text box, and here we are on the coding area now. Like I always say, every of your code needs for a particular to have to be in between the header and the footer. So this basically means where the program ends and where it starts from. So we're just going to put our command in between. So first of all, you can program your text box to be empty when run, meaning that when you run it to test it, it displays nothing in the box. For instance, if we go back to our work area, you will see it has something written in between text 1. So let me change this to something more visible that we can all see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it bigger and bold. Okay, so you can see the text 1 clearly. So I'm just going to change the text 1 to something else. Okay, so it's going to be, we're going to have it as type into the box. So this is much more visible. So the first line of code I'm going to show you is, when you run your program, you want the text box to show nothing. So For instance, if we run this, you will say it's going to have this in between. Okay, but now you don't want anything to show. So how do you do that? What you can do is on the form, okay, you type in, sorry about that, text one.text equals to double quotation mark. Okay, so now what this does is that when you run your program, it automatically shows empty because nothing was written in between the two quotation marks. So let's try to see what we have. Now this is it. It is empty because we declare it on our program to show nothing. So initially when we created the GUI, we have something written in the box which says type in to the box. Okay, now if I take this off, let's see the effects when we got it. So we have it reinstated, which says type into the box. The next thing we're going to do is that you can program your text box to receive only it should receive only integer. And when they say integer, integers are all numbers. Okay, numbers without a decimal, numbers without a fraction. Okay, it's just all number. For instance, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. Those are all numbers without any decimal point or fraction. So how do we do this? How do we code it then to receive just integer, just a number? First thing we need to do is we declare it, a variable as integer, and the next thing is that you connect the variable with the text box. So for instance, let's pick the letter A. So we say dim actually is also it means dimension, which help us to convert. Okay, you can convert it to strings, you can convert it to integer, you can convert it to char, different data types you can convert it. So you say dim A, which is the variable, as integer. Okay, now this is dim A as integer. That tells us that it will convert A, which is a letter, and a variable. It converts it and converts it and accepts it should be seen as a number. That's integer. So anything you type in to the box, it must be numbers. It must be in between 1, 2, 3 without a decimal. Even if it has a decimal, it will make it a whole number. So the next thing we need to do is to link the variable A to the text box. So we say A equals to val into bracket text one.text text and close bracket. Now what this says is that any value you type into A, it takes that value and stores it A, and it converts it to integer. So this is what it simply means. Okay, how to take numbers and how to take only integer. Now The next part of it is um, how do we then receive any data without limiting it to receive only integers? How do we save any numbers? Okay,